Missouri's budget tells a story, and this week we saw exactly what's being prioritized and what's being left behind. Hi all, this is State Representative Stephanie Hein with a quick update for the week in Jefferson City. Here's what you need to know. This week, we debated the fiscal year 2027 budget on the House floor, one of the most important responsibilities we have as lawmakers. There were a few wins and a few losses. We were able to restore critical funding for self-directed services, rehabilitation programs, domestic violence shelters, and several substance abuse programs that support some of our most vulnerable Missourians. But there are some serious concerns. Public education funding remained flat and school transportation was cut by $15 million. This cut will impact both rural and large districts, especially as gas prices continue to rise. At the same time, the budget adds $10 million for private school vouchers, bringing that total to $60 million. I offered an amendment to shift that funding to school transportation, but it did not pass. We also saw a $51 million reduction to the child care subsidy program. This will have a real impact on child care providers and working families who rely on that support to stay in the workforce. A new higher education funding model also moved forward, one based solely on enrollment. It doesn't account for higher cost programs like engineering, nursing, advanced manufacturing, or skilled trades programs that take more money to provide. While my local 2-year and 4-year institutions fared well, I'm concerned that this approach could force some schools to lose nearly half their state funding, putting students and entire communities at risk. And beyond that, many nonprofit partners took major hits. Community partnerships organizations across the state saw significant cuts. Here in Springfield, that affects housing coordination, childcare coordination, and critical outreach programs. Additionally, funding from the Missouri Arts Council, Missouri Humanities Council, and public libraries was significantly reduced, and state support for public broadcasting was eliminated altogether. It's important to know that these programs are required by state law to be funded through the non-resident athlete and entertainer tax the state collects. Yet those dollars were diverted into general revenue. Now, to be clear, some cuts were necessary and more are likely coming as we head into a tough fiscal year 2028 with revenue shortfalls, future tax cuts, and expenses driven by the one big bill. But the real question is how we choose to spend the dollars we still have. As I've said before, show me your budget and I'll show you your values. As it stands, this budget still needs work. Next, the budget heads to the Senate, and after that, the House and the Senate will work through differences before sending it to the governor. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Stay engaged, stay informed, and as always, reach out if you have any questions or concerns. See you soon.